Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Robert Hollis Jr. here. I wanted to make another quick video for you guys today as far as just regarding as fear. I know a lot of people when they first start in a profession, a home-based business, anything like that, really the biggest thing that is holding you back from becoming successful is your fear. I also love using fear as another analogy, false evidence appearing real. But it is totally understandable. I know when I first started, I was extremely afraid. I know some people might have a fear of going out and speaking to people, maybe just the fear of starting your own business. And I really want to help you guys overcome that today. But first, I just want to tell you guys a quick story about myself. When I first started in the home-based business, network marketing profession, I was very much an introvert. I didn't really have too many friends. I wasn't the outgoing person that loved talking to people. And when a very short period of time, I climbed the ranks very, very fast in the company that I was involved with at the time. And they started forcing me to get up on stage. And one of my biggest fears, and I still struggle with this today, is public speaking. I mean, it was so bad, it was crippling, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, my hands would be shaking, I would be losing my breath, freaking out so bad to the point that it was honestly crippling. I remember one of my first times I actually had to do a meeting, much less just a testimonial to get on stage or an intro for another speaker would freak me out enough. But I remember the first time I had to do a quote-unquote meeting. My mentor at the time was out of town. He looked at me and said, listen, and you guys got to understand at this time I was, one of the top ranks in the company. I was making $2,000, $3,000 a week. And he said, listen, it's now time for you to get on stage. And I said, okay, I got it, right? And we showed up to this event and there was like 250 maybe people that were showing up. And I was sitting there, trying to pump myself up. I was freaking out, guys. I was, short of breath. I actually went in. There was a separate bathroom that you needed a key for that, most of the distributors couldn't get into. And I remember I actually went into the bathroom. I threw up, no joke. And I came back out because my stomach was feeling a little better. And I was like, all right, Robert, I looked at myself in the mirror. Man, you can do this. You're a diamond now. You can make this happen. And, I walked into the room and I just looked and seen all the people. And I was like, and freaked out and ran right out of the room. And I actually, to try to get out of it, I thought if I hid in the bathroom, the place where people needed to get key to get in the separate part of the office, that I would just hide out there in there long enough where it'd be 5, 10, 15 minutes after the meeting would start and somebody else would do it because there was other people there that did do meetings. And I remember it was like 5 after, like going, okay, all right, I might have got out of this one. 10 after. And one of my dear friends, Michael, all of a sudden I heard, Robert, are you in there? We got to start the meeting. And I'm like going, oh my God, I was freaking out so bad, guys. I ended up doing the meeting. And once again, false evidence appearing real. I don't think it was a good presentation, but I did one. And after it, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I had a panic attack, an anxiety attack. It was so bad that I literally drove myself to the E.R. room. I couldn't breathe. My hands were shaking. I was starting to lose sight in my eyes, like I was starting to see dark spots, like at any moment I was going to pass out and fall on the ground. I literally thought that I was dying. And go to the office, they hook me up, everything. They go, listen, your blood, everything's fine. Your blood oxygen level is fine. Your heart rate's a little high. There's nothing wrong with you. And I couldn't accept that. I'm going, no, I thought I was going to die. Now, I pray to each and every one of you watching this video that you never have to have that much fear, that much anxiety, that you actually go through a panic attack or an anxiety attack. I pray nothing like that ever happens to you guys. So, go to the doctor. Yeah, you're having anxiety attacks. What we need to do is give you Xanax. It's a drug to basically make you lucid enough where you don't have fear anymore. And to me, once again, I couldn't accept that because I am personally against mood-altering drugs. Not to touch on anybody's, condition if they have one. If you need them and feel like you need them, that's your choice. But me, I was kind of, because I'm a huge advocate of self-development, working on yourself, and for a doctor to sit there and tell me that I was, to me, I felt like I was weak. I was so weak-minded that I couldn't get over this and I needed drugs. But guess what? The drugs helped me. I was going from, listen, would I rather not be able to breathe and throw up and sweat and freak out, or take this little pill that could help all those go away so I could do a presentation? And I didn't feel like myself when I was on that drug, and I didn't want to get dependent of it. But, here I was stuck in a situation where I was crippled by fear to help me go forward. So what I want to do really quickly, this was about 4 or 5 years ago when I was struggling with this, and I still struggle with it today. And after I show you this quick clip, I'm going to explain to you guys very quickly how you can come over your fears. Super excited. So I know that the tickets are almost getting sold out, and there's a couple people that might be excited as well. So all I want to ask, David, is anybody out there excited for Shine? Now, if you saw that clip, I thought it was really funny for me to do that. That was actually just this weekend. I know you couldn't really tell at the camera angle, but there was about close to 800 people that were in that room. And the reason why I wanted to show you that is because, how my story before and where I've come today. And honestly, I truly believe this as far as any way you can come over your fears. If you drew up every negative emotion that you might have, fear, anxiety, depression, sad, whatever it is, very simply you can become over any negative reaction or emotion, I should say, by very simply one thing: taking action. Taking action. That's, to me, the only way to get over things, because I love this statement that everything on this earth was put to grow, right? Everything from humans to plants to bacteria, even diseases. Think about cancer. Its only job in life, or its only mission in life, is to grow, to spread. And, in my opinion, either you're growing or you're dying. There is never a plateau. So if you ever look back on your life when there was ever a situation that you were afraid, angry, upset, sad, scared, it was probably because you were stopped growing. And that can account to any area of your life. You might have lost a loved one. You might have broke up with your girlfriend or boyfriend, and you were very sad and depressed. Why? Because you stopped growing in that relationship. It was gone. It was cut off. Now, we all know the only true way to get over those things is to move on. Go find somebody else. Start living in an image of the person that you lost. And just like with me, with having this fear of doing presentations, the only way I got over it, and I still struggle with it today. If you guys saw the camera, when I first started, it was shaking a little bit because I wasn't prepared. They just said, Hollis Jr., come to the stage. I wasn't even ready. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. And I got up there and I was shaking. But I just went through it anyways, because now you really, very simply, ladies and gentlemen, have a decision. See, the only reason why you're not living the life of your dreams is because you're living the life of your fears. So you only have two options. One is accept the fear that it's going to stop you from living the life of your dreams. You know what? I'm too afraid to start my own business. I'd really love to have the life of my dreams. I'd really love to pay off my debt, take care of my family. But my fear of starting my own business is greater than me providing for my family. Or the fear of me speaking in front of people. Whatever it is, just accepting that a fear is too great for you to become great. I'll say that again. The fear is too great for you to become great. Or understand what I said in the beginning of this video, false evidence appearing real. That the fear, the emotion that you're having is just false. And go forward and confront it. See, when I had to get over it, the only way I could get over it was continue to do presentations after presentations. When I mentally knew that it was a problem for me and it was crippling my business, I decided to start doing presentations twice a day, 6 days a week, and sometimes 3 times a day. We did a presentation at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and also 7:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So now I went from being just afraid to do a presentation to now being forced to do, 3, 4 presentations a day. And every time I did one, I got a little bit less afraid, and the fear started going away until one day I just realized that, I had a full bottle. I used to have my Xanax, that I couldn't leave the home without it, because if I was in a situation where I was feeling anxiety and I didn't have my medication on me, then it would just make it worse. And all of a sudden one day I just realized that, oh my gosh, not only have I not taken medication forever, but it's at home. So, I know personally times that I've been scared or I've been sad. And, I know this maybe not be the best thing for it when people are sad just to bury themselves in work. But when I'm out there doing things, when I'm moving forward, when I'm growing, is when I'm happy, is when I'm excited. I even know when I make some of these videos sometimes, I can be on a down day, not really being productive, feeling lazy. Hey, we all do it. And the second I turn on this video to make a video for you guys, it pumps me up. I'm excited. I'm ready to do another video. I'm ready to talk to new people. I'm ready to blog on the internet. So, I hope this video helps you out. I don't want to go too long with this, but just very simply understand, to get over any fear just takes action. Is what I'm trying to say. Is put one foot in front of the other. Just like calling people over the phone. I was so deathly afraid to do that as well. But after phone call after phone call after phone call, now it's not even a thought in my head of being afraid to call and talk to somebody. So, I want to elaborate on this a little bit more. Also, some of the other videos I'm going to do is I understand that the fear is great, but how do you get yourself in a mindset to now overcome that fear, or I shouldn't say overcome it, to get in the mindset to face it. To face your fears, to challenge it, to move forward, because I have a way of getting myself in a mindset, and hopefully that video helps you guys out as well. So thank you guys so much. I hope everybody has a wonderful and blessed day. Thanks for visiting the page and all the support and comments and likes that we've been getting. We really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. Robert Hollis Jr. signing off. Have a wonderful and blessed day.